instances actually, when we have gotten into an argument with a customer. That's because cross-site scripting, SQL injection, CSRF are marked as critical in the VAPT report. And they always come back arguing with us, why is it not critical? I don't think it's critical. So we have to explain them why a particular vulnerability is critical. So I'll explain you based on what is a severe vulnerability treated as critical, high or low. So there are two aspects of vulnerability. One, the probability. Second, the impact. So what is probability? The probability is what are the chances that a particular vulnerability will happen in your web application. And impact is what is the damage that can happen to your web application if that vulnerability exhibits or occurs in your web application. So when I'm saying your, why? Because there are variety of business domains having web portals. So imagine a shopping portal, imagine healthcare application web app, or imagine any SaaS application, or any business domain. So the impact will differ from each business angle. So let's take SQL injection. So what is the probability that SQL injection will happen in your web application? It would be low, given. But what is the impact that can occur if SQL injection is exhibited or executed in your web application? So let's talk about a healthcare application where a lot of patient data is kept, doctors, patients, their appointments, the consultation. So it's basically healthcare related application. If a SQL happens in this particular portal, you can only imagine what kind of PHI will be exposed or stolen by the attacker. So probability of SQL is low, but the impact is huge. Now imagine a shopping portal. If a SQL injection is executed in that, the credit card details will be gone. So impact differs and the probability would be low. And hence the severity of a vulnerability take into consideration these two parameters or evaluation. What is the probability that it will happen in my application? And if at all it happens, what is the impact? Now the further step that customers go in arguing with us is, so what? But the probability is low. The impact is high, I get your point, but the probability is low. And then our justification is, fine, the probability of happening is low, but what is your risk appetite? Are you okay losing the patient data? Are you okay losing the finance data or whichever data pertaining to your business domain? What is your risk appetite of bearing that impact that can happen on your web application? And hence the criticality, the severity of this vulnerabilities is critical or high or low based on these two parameters. And not just us, the standard consortium of web application VAPT, that is OWASP, they have also listed these three vulnerabilities, particularly cross-site, SQL and CSRF, as critical for many years. So it's not just us, but the OWASP themselves say that the severity of these has to be critical. Thank you.